Howdy, Lewis here for a YouTube video on making your own short independent film. Another way to utilize one's creativity. Well, one thing you want to do, as I've learned in making my own independent film, and I'm in the middle of it right now, we're doing principal filming or principal photography, acting and shooting, I guess you can say. And I've taken aboard an entourage of very, very good friends of mine, some long-standing friends, some new friends, and we're having a blast. We're really enjoying this. We're having a good time, but at the same time trying our best to be as professional and sensible as possible while doing the shooting of each scene of the film. Now, one thing you want to do, say you want to get a story concept in mind, the best thing to do is whichever one of you and your buddies, friends, colleagues is the best writer, you want to have him or her, or a couple of them, put together a short story. I would say maybe a 10-page, double-spaced, typewritten short story that has a really good punch to it, a really good kick, that has a really good plot, that you know your readership and eventually your audience would be very turned on by. That is cerebrally, mentally. And it can be a horror film, a supernatural thriller, as mine is. It could be a romantic story, an adventure story, slice of life, family drama about friends, lovers, a reuniting of friends and lovers who broke up, getting back together. You know, you can combine the metaphysical with mystery, supernatural, touch of horror, which I'm doing in mine. And what you want to do is basically write the short story, so you know what the whole plot line is, the theme, the concept, you know, get the imagery together in your head. And then what you want to do is to avoid the stress and the tension of memorizing lines. Unless you're a professional actor or an acting student, you may not be well versed in the art of the skill of memorizing lines, which I had to do when I was an acting student back in my New York days studying at HB, or the Herbert Berghoff School of Acting. It's called the HB Studio on Bank Street in Manhattan. And I did very well with the memorizing of lines. In fact, I memorized my lines better than some established movie and stage actors at the time, so I was told by my professors or instructors at the school, who were, some of them, Hollywood actors and stage actors, and Broadway actors, in fact, some of them. But in order to you know, keep it down to a certain amount of time, if you're on a tight budget, time-wise and financially, you want to basically get each actor to memorize their part of the movie timeline. So once the story's written, you want to kind of storyboard it, kind of write a summary or a treatment of each maybe 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minute scene in the film, and have each actor or actress memorize the concept, the plot, what's going on, maybe a couple of key expressions or key phrases or sentences they're supposed to say, but basically you want them to improv or improvise most of it and just kind of speak extemporaneously on whatever the particular topic or piece of that storyline is. And you can film it out of sequence. You can film the beginning first or the ending first, parts of the middle, the ending, then the beginning, depending upon what's convenient for you weather-wise, if there are, and there should be, exterior or outdoor scenes. And before you even begin, once you know what the story line is and you've done your storyboard, you're ready to shoot your scenes, before you actually shoot your scenes, what you want to do is get some background footage called stock footage. You can get this offline on YouTube, on the internet, or create your own. It's more fun and more original, more creative to start from scratch and make or create your own stock footage, background scenery, such as it's romantic, you may want to shoot some scenes at the beach, maybe in good weather, so in dreary, rainy weather, as my entourage and I shot today in a local cemetery to get some footage on a story we're doing on, it's a supernatural mystery that does involve a cemetery, and it definitely involves reincarnation, and some things I'd like to put into the public awareness through fiction, through this story, through this independent movie that we're doing. So you could, you know, you might shoot excuse me, some footage in a local cemetery, at the beach, in an old abandoned warehouse area, or just an abandoned house, maybe the front yard, kind of like what it looks like on the TV series The Munsters. You know, it looks like a haunted house with a gate with old vines in front of it, and you might use that. You might, if it involves an eatery, you might shoot an empty deli, a cafe, a bistro, with the permission of the entrepreneurs or the owners, or the people that own it, a diner or restaurant, as I said, a cafe, a bookstore, that sort of thing. So you want to get background footage. Maybe a New Age bookstore, crystal shop, boutique, incense and candle boutique. And so you want to get the permission of the people that run the place, of course, the owners, workers, and so forth, before you do any shooting. But there's a lot of public places, public parks. I like Bayonne Park. There's Lincoln Park also in Jersey City. And you can get a lot of different stock footage from that. Then you want to shoot your movie scene by scene, and maybe do at least 3 takes of each scene, so that you'll have, like a sculptor has clay he can whittle away, or a recording artist has many tracks that he or she can choose from when putting the final album or CD project together. You want to have several versions of the same scene, different takes, 2 or 3 at least, of each scene to pull from, so that you, on the cutting room floor, so to speak, during editing, or what we call post-production, you'll have choices. You'll have scenes or versions of scenes to choose from. And you may want to even have alternate scenes, alternate takes, in case you decide to take the story in a slightly different direction, or in a very different direction. So that's another good choice to give yourself. So I will be back with part 2 of making your own short independent film. This is the Louis Gallo channel. Please subscribe. Some great things to come. Louis here from Jersey City. This is my little mystical wand. Crazy different colors. Good to see you. Peace out.